Hey there, my friends. Derek here from Bomb Socks with more Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ one bite at a time. Guys, today we are hitting what I would call sacred territory. This is section 25 of the Doctrine and Covenants, the only section given to a woman, and it is to this wonderful lady right here, good Sister Emma Hale Smith, wife of the prophet Joseph Smith. Now, like I said in yesterday's episode, Emma was struggling at the time with some uncertainties about how are they going to make ends meet if Joseph is going to be basically focusing so much on the church and not necessarily focusing on those temporal labors. She's just like, what is my role here? What am I supposed to do? Well, you go back to Saints chapter 9, and let me just continue on where I left off yesterday, where it says, knowing Emma's desire for guidance, the Lord spoke to her in a revelation given through Joseph. And this is section 25. He forgave her for her sins, called her an elect lady. We'll talk about that in a second. He directed her to go with Joseph in his travels and promised, thou shalt be ordained under his hand to expound scriptures and to exhort the church. And this section really calmed Emma's fears. I mean, can you imagine those ladies out there watching this? Can you imagine the Lord coming to you and saying, thou art an elect lady? Now, the word elect means you're chosen. And Emma specifically was chosen and set apart at that point from every other woman to be able to be with Joseph, to be able to do these things in section 25 of the Doctrine and Covenants. Now, the cool thing about this was given in July of 1830. Emma was born July 10th of 1804. In my mind, I like to think, and I don't know this, but I like to think this revelation may have been given right around that time period on her birthday as a revelation to be able to give her that comfort that she desired. And the Lord goes through and he gives her some great counsel, gives her some warnings as well. It's kind of like a little patriarchal blessing like we talked about the other day. So this section, one of the cool things about this, let me share with you a quote from Gordon B. Hinckley. And Gordon B. Hinckley, I think, really hit on what this section really is all about. Insofar as I know, this is the only revelation given specifically to a woman. And concluding it, the Lord said, this is my voice unto all. Therefore, the counsel given by the Lord on this occasion is applicable to each of you. A woman wrote me a short time ago with a great sense of frustration. She indicated she had been defeated or had failed in most of what she'd tried to do. She then asked, what does God expect of me? Which is, I imagine, the question that maybe Emma posed to Joseph in this section. Some of the things which God expects of her and of every other woman, in fact, of each of us, are set forth in this beautiful revelation, which is why at the end of section 25, it says, this is my voice unto all. So with that in mind, I want to take you to a few of these. The church educational system actually put together a nice little video, just some little snippets showing these verses and maybe some examples from Emma's life with that. So let me show you a few of these, and we'll come finish up.
Murmur not because of the things which thou hast not seen, for they are withheld from thee, and from the world, which is wisdom in me in a time to come. Down from the generation until the time comes,
I wrote while he translated for a time.
I caused that they should hide themselves without the walls. Emma,
Yes.
was there a wall around Jerusalem?
Yes.
I didn't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce the next one. I'll just spell it. Lemuel.
It was marvelous to me as much as anyone else. I knew the book was of divine authenticity. I had not the slightest doubt of it. When the translation was nearly completed, Joseph said that a few would be privileged to see the plates for themselves. I fancied I might be among them.
Emma, he's making a fool out of you. I can't believe that a daughter of mine could be so taken in. You haven't seen this record? Then how can you be certain he even has this gold Bible? Emma, I've taught you better than this.
Father, sometimes you know things with your heart that you don't know with your head.
Emma, it's finished. And verily, I say unto thee that thou shalt lay aside the things of this world, and seek for the things of a better.
Emma.
So it's the floor again.
They have no place else to sleep tonight.
We're almost finished with our new house. Everything. Except the roof. And a couple of walls. Emma. The Lord has commanded us to build a temple here.
How?
I only know that we are to do it.
And how long did it take you to put up 2 walls?
When you told me we were to build this temple, I marveled at your faith. Now I marvel even more. How can we leave it behind?
There will be other temples.
Will things be better in Missouri?
Keep my commandments continually, and a crown of righteousness thou shalt receive. And except thou do this, where I am, you cannot come.
No one but God knows the feelings of my heart as we left our home and almost all of everything we possessed and made our way out of this state. We crossed the river to Illinois, but my heart kept looking back. There's something I wanted to read later to everyone, but I think you need to hear it now. Emma, I'm sending this epistle to the church through you, because I want you to read it first. All these things shall give thee experience, and shall be for thy good. Were it not for divine mercy, Joseph, I should never have been able to endure the suffering I have passed through. Yet I am willing to suffer more if it is the will of kind heaven.
You know, as I watch that video, I cannot help but feel love and empathy for Emma Smith. I know there's people out there who give Emma a lot of grief because of some things that she maybe did not do. Maybe, didn't come to Salt Lake with Brigham Young and some other difficult things in her life. I will testify to you right now. Every time I've studied about Emma Smith, there's a sweet spirit that the Lord pours over me and has let me know this is an elect lady. This is a good woman, and you give her every benefit of the doubt. So I basically, whenever I teach about Emma Smith, I always want to encourage every person out there, You put yourself in Emma's shoes, everything that she had been dealing with that was so difficult. Emma understood loss. Emma understood grief. She understood a lot of difficulties, trying to be a wife to Joseph Smith at the time with all the difficulties that he had been going through. It's kind of like, and this may be a poor comparison, but it's kind of like being the wife to a bishop or to a stake president and things like that, or even to the prophet. I mean, you see the way Sister Nelson is with President Nelson. I mean, she is awesome. I like to picture Emma that same way. You know, here's Joseph going out there, and granted, Joseph had a lot of difficulties in his life. I remember seeing someone talk about this, how they showed all of the difficulties in Joseph's life, but they also showed revelations in the Doctrine and Covenants and other spiritual experiences that probably buoyed up Joseph and helped him through this. Emma maybe did not have those same experiences. It's kind of like the bishop, you know, who's at the church, you know, having great experiences with ward members, comes home to his wife and, you know, how was your evening, sweetheart? And, you know, she's been cleaning up throw up from young kids or dealing with difficulties right there. And so maybe she misses out on some of these experiences. But the Lord, I think, gives Emma this type of an experience with section 25. There's a great quote from Lucy Mack Smith with regards to Emma that I think really describes her perfectly. Keeping in mind also that one of the reasons Emma stayed behind in Nauvoo was to take care of Joseph's mother. Look what Lucy said. I have never seen a woman in my life who would endure every species of fatigue and hardship from month to month and from year to year with that unflinching courage, zeal, and patience, which she has always done. She has been tossed upon the ocean of uncertainty. She has breasted storms of persecution and buffeted the rage of men and devils, which have borne down almost any other woman. I think that perfectly describes Emma. This is a strong woman, and I would testify to you to give her every benefit of the doubt, every mercy out there. I really believe this is an elect woman. I am grateful for her example, and she's an inspiration to me. Tomorrow, I want to share with you one other aspect of Section 25 that I think is a critical aspect of our lives as members of the church. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. You guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Godspeed. Bye-bye.